second. Then.
Hi, good evening. I am Gina Ciarcia, and I am running for local office here in Virginia. So I am the wife of a retired Marine Corps officer who spent a lot of time actually in Afghanistan. He spent most of his time there as a special operator. In fact, he was one of the very first U.S. military to enter Afghanistan after September 11th. So he was part of the original invasion and was deployed there multiple times, probably spent a total of 4 or 5 years between all the deployments that he did to Afghanistan. We have 5 children. Our oldest child is 20 years old and our youngest is 7. And so they too have sacrificed, as I have, for America, with having their dad gone so much in Afghanistan and other places around the world. But we are true Americans who really and genuinely love this country and everything that it stands for. And so we were happy to make the sacrifices not only for America, but for the Afghan people as well. And so I am a teacher. I teach mostly history. I love to teach American history, and I find the history of Western civilization to be very fascinating. But I come to you as a wife, as a mother, and I think that there are so many ways that we can connect in regards to family and the importance of family. Because when you truly love your family, when you love your spouse, when you love your children, you are willing to make incredible sacrifices for them and to do what is best for them, to give them the best opportunities. So I would love to speak with you all about some of the things that are important to me, as I know they are important to you. And I am looking at some of the comments that are coming through. Yes, and one person said, our life is dangerous here in Afghanistan. And I understand that probably better than many Americans do, because my husband was there so much, and I have been able to hear the things that he has told me about the situation over there. And, you know, I am hopeful that many of you can eventually come here to America so you can live a life free from tyranny. You can be free. You can have opportunities for your children that you never dreamed were possible for them. That you can create a situation for your family that will be safe, free, prosperous, and filled with opportunity and freedom. And so that's what America is about, and that's important to us as Americans, and it's important to be able to convey that to other people. Okay, let's look at some of the comments that are coming through. I see that quite a few of you are on. Hello, how are you? Some of you are asking about the P2 visa and other questions. Okay, so many of you are hoping to be able to transition out from Afghanistan, which requires a visa, your P2 visa or an SIV visa. Usually those you're going to have to wait about 6 months, and I know that seems like a long time, but that's usually the time frame that we're looking at. You would be able to leave Afghanistan and go to a second or third country while you await the opportunity to hopefully immigrate to the United States. So you need to be prepared for the time that it's going to take. It's not something that's going to happen quickly. Unfortunately, there's a lot of bureaucracy. there's a lot of paperwork, a lot of forms, and so it takes a long time. But we will pray for your safety during that time and pray that your situation and your processing is expedited and can be done a little bit more quickly. If you're looking to come to America, then you're going to need to fill out the I-131 form to be able to bring your family, because I know that you want to be able to bring your family. It's important that your loved ones are safe. And so approval can take 1 to 6 months. You will need a sponsor. That's extremely important. You have to have a sponsor in order to be able to work on the process of coming over. Now that sponsor needs to have an annual income of at least $100,000 per year. For instance, if there's 6 family members that this individual is trying to bring over, the sponsor, then a minimum of $100,000 per year is going to be a required salary. And that sponsor needs to fill out the I-134 form. It's really important that you have your paperwork in order and just be prepared for the length of time that it's going to take to process the paperwork. But you must have a sponsor. You might be thinking, well, how do I find a sponsor? I don't even know where to begin. Well, you can locate a sponsor through going through churches or mosques, local business people. Think about who you know and think about who those people know. Okay, so maybe you don't know that many people over here in America. Maybe you only know just a few, but ask them, okay, but who do you know? Because usually people have their own network that you can tap into, and then that can help you find someone who can sponsor you. So think along those lines. So let's see, Tahira, do you know about women engineers in the situation? So I wonder if you mean, do I know any women engineers? The answer is yes, I do. You know, it's wonderful we have the opportunity to pursue any of avenues, professions, and subjects of study that interest us. And so we have the opportunity to flourish. That's one of the great things about freedom, is that you are free to become the full person that God intended you to be. And so you can pursue interests that maybe you otherwise wouldn't be able to pursue. So there are fewer women in engineering. Mostly it's a pretty male-dominated field, but I do know women who are in the field of engineering, and the number is growing, and it is a profession that is open to women. So I hope you're able to come over and become an engineer and build amazing things for us here in America. Okay, so after 6 months waiting for a P2, after that, should we go to a third country? That would actually seems like a possibility. That would probably be what's going to happen. You have an organization but have not had any donors. What should I do? I am here with all staff. Okay, so you don't have donors. Well, I can kind of understand that situation, actually. Well, think about how you can maximize the amount of resources that you do have. And prayer. I'm a firm believer in prayer. So pray. God will make ways where we think that there is no way. So have faith in that. Let's see. It's difficult for Afghans to receive a U.S. visa. I'm sure. I have no doubt. Hopefully the process will become easier. Why is Turkey not included in the P2 process for Afghan applicants? I'm not sure about that, but that's a great question. You know, actually, I have been to Turkey. I've been to Istanbul, and it was fantastic. The Blue Mosque was breathtaking. It was beautiful. The Ayia Sofa, also amazing. I loved Turkey. And you know what I love? I love the Turkish doner sandwich. It's fantastic. And the people of Turkey are very kind people. But I do not know why they are not included in the P2 process. That is a great question. Why the more citizens of America unhappy in point of Afghan immigration? I'm not sure of exactly what you mean by that. I think that I could tell you this. When we watched things on TV happening in Afghanistan at the end of August and the American withdrawal and how that went, Americans were very upset. We were upset because we felt like we were doing a disservice to Afghan people, and because we were. Many Afghan people had really helped us and fought alongside us and been there for us. And many American people felt like we were not going about our withdrawal the right way. It was extremely upsetting for many, many Americans, whether they were a veteran of the war in Afghanistan, whether they're like me, a spouse of a veteran. Spouses were very upset. Wives were very upset about how things turned out. And whether they had never been there themselves or knew anyone who had, there were so many Americans who felt like we did not go about this the right way, and that we were not being faithful to you. And so that makes us very sad and upset. So Samaya says she's a widow with 3 children, and she is at risk of losing her sponsor. Okay. Well, we are going to pray that you find a new sponsor if you lose the one that you have. We will take some phone calls now, so feel free to call in if you'd like. Hello. Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you? Fine?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm well. I'm good. Sorry, I have some question about my Israeli visa process.
Okay. I will try to answer.
I need one translator in that language. You have it now?
No, I'm sorry, I do not.
It's okay.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? Thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it, and appreciate what you're doing for our people. I'm a U.S. citizen. I live in California. I have a question regarding my fiance, and her fiance case was approved by USCIS, but she's in Afghanistan trapped. What should I do?
Yeah, I am really sorry that she is trapped in Afghanistan. And I know that you must be extremely concerned. I would be terribly concerned. So if the case is pending, it can take up to 6 months. And I know that seems like a long time, particularly when she's trapped in Afghanistan. But until you get past 6 months, there's really nothing that you can do until it's been longer than that point.
I mean, I reached out to the visa department. They said she has to move to third country. Is that true?
Right. Yes. And you know what? You should email USCIS every month. Send them an email every month just to kind of keep her case up on their radar, so that it is before them and they get reminded about her, and that might help to make sure that it gets completed within the 6-month time frame. Also, what a lot of people don't realize,
from the time was approved.
Yes. Also, what a lot of people don't realize is that your congressman can be very, very helpful.
I've been in touch with him. He's just playing games back and forth. He knows everything.
Yeah, I'm sure he has probably quite a few people reaching out to him. But I would also, in addition to emailing USCIS every month, I would also reach out to your congressman. You might even call him once every week or every 2 weeks just to remind him. We have a saying here in America that the squeaky wheel gets the oil. So sometimes you have to just be, you know, a little bit persistent, but you know, kind of weigh that with some patience.
Also, I applied.
So don't let your case fall off the radar, but
I see.
But still be
persistent. I also applied for
humanitarian
parole and I got rejected.
I'm sorry, can you say that
applied
again?
for the humanitarian parole and I paid almost $75 fee for that. Was rejected.
It was rejected?
Yeah.
Okay, I would reapply.
You would.
Did you get a lawyer? Because a lawyer may be able to help you with your next application and be able to make sure that everything is filled out correctly and be able to work on your behalf.
So would you recommend to reapply for the humanitarian parole or follow the visa that I already have approval?
Yes, I would, and get a lawyer to work on your behalf to make sure everything is filled out correctly. You can Google and find a local immigration lawyer in your area.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, let's see how other comments are coming in. Hello, Najibullah and Mirawis. Hello, how are you? Thank you for being on. All right, can you tell us about work eligibility duration for SIV? Previous, it was 2 years. So is the duration reduced? Yes, 1 year. Okay, information. Okay, it's now 1 year. Information about the I-130. How much will it take how much time will it take if the family is from America is applying? Yeah, 6 months. I know it's a long time. It feels like an eternity, but 6 months. Okay. And then please give time for women engineers. Are you talking about completing a degree? Well, so here in America, our undergraduate studies last 4 years. And then that will give you your Bachelor of Science degree. And then you can proceed from there and go ahead and go out into the workforce and start working as an engineer, or you could get further training and specialization, and then that would take more time. But you're looking at a minimum of 4 years of college education. Hello, Mohammed. It's nice to meet you too. If you send me your engineer list for the individual who's interested in engineering, I'll forward it to the NGOs. Okay. Okay, your brother has applied to humanitarian parole. You just received the case number. Okay, that's good. You're on the right track.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm calling you from Herat in Afghanistan. This is not my real Facebook because my life is in danger. And me and my sister, before the Taliban came, we were under, we have always been oppressed by our brothers. Before the Taliban came, it was rumored that girls were forcibly married. And because of that, we left our home. Now we live with my friends, family. My family don't know we were are, and we have really problem. We don't know how to continue our life. And
Yeah.
I really need.
Yeah, that's
We
hard.
really need your help. I graduated from economic faculty. My sister passed the entrance exam, and she successed to the civil engineering, but she couldn't continue for sure. Right now, you know the situation.
Okay. What is your name?
My I can't say you my name right now.
Okay. Okay, I understand. I understand. So I'm here to be your voice and share your message with the United States.
Thank you so much. So can I contact with this messenger with you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, because you know my situation is not good right now. I'm not good, and I'm shaking when I'm calling, talking with you.
Okay. Let me give you the office number to call. It's a U.S. number. It's 703-843-0907.
Can you repeat? Can you repeat? Could you please repeat it again?
Sure. It's a U.S. number. It's 703
703
843 0907.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm going to be praying for you and your sister.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Yeah. So you can call us from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Here on Kabul time. From 5 to 7 p.m. Kabul time, you can call the office. Okay. All right. Let's take another caller.
Hey,
Hello.
how are you? I'm sorry, I'm driving. How you been?
That's okay. I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Thank you very much. So thank you very much for your help, the Afghanistan people. So I have a quick question for you. So I'm a United States, I'm a citizen. So I want to try to help my brother. He's back in Afghanistan. He will work with the American people as well. Also, he as a God, like a come here, like a supervisor God. They have all documents, everything. They try to. I tried to catch him here, so I couldn't. I don't have any contact, any issue. So so just let me know what should I help him.
Can I get your name and where you're calling from?
Muhammad.
Where are you calling from, Muhammad?
I'm from Virginia, United States.
You're in Virginia.
Yes, ma'am.
Me too. Okay. Now tell me about your brother.
I'm sorry?
Tell me again. Was it about your brother?
Yeah, he's stuck in Afghanistan, so I try to help him. So I can, I don't have a contact with nobody. So even in trouble right now. You guys know the Afghanistan situation.
Okay.
So if you get a good way to, how should I bring it here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you, so you're going to need to go ahead and fill out the forms that we've talked about earlier, the I-131 form. Things, if you're able to get a lawyer, an immigration attorney who can help you with this process, it may go easier for you and faster in the long run. but you can call the office here, the Afghanistan American Relations Office, from 5 to 7 p.m. Afghan time. In the U.S., it would be 7 to 9 p.m. here in Virginia. But call the office and they can give you some more specific instructions and may be able to, refer you more specifically. So call, okay?
All right.
And I hope that you're able to be successful with getting your brother to safety here in the U.S.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful day.
Do you have the number, Muhammad? Do you have the number to call?
No. Can you give me the number, please?
Sure. It's 703.
Give me a second.
Sure.
Okay. What is the number you said?
703.
703.
843.
843.
0907.
Sorry.
0907.
I'm sorry. Your loud is broken. I'm sorry. So I guess.
Oh, that's okay. Here, I'll say the number again. This is the number for the Afghanistan American Relations Office. Call on Virginia time, Eastern Standard Time, from 7 to 9 p.m. And the number is 703 843 0907.
Okay, I got it now. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome, Muhammad.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, let's get another guest. Hello.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. It sounds like you have kids.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really happy to accept my call, and I have a question.
Sure.
I'm former combat translator. I'm in Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts right now. I came on 2020. So you know what happened in Afghanistan? The only concern is right now my mother-in-law and two young sister-in-law. We used to live together. They have no other person to take care of them, and they used to be good, for women especially. Now it's totally different. That's very hard and very dark, and I'm trying to help them. As the problem is I cannot apply for humanitarian pro visa because I don't have the taxes and stuff because I just started working, and I'm trying to find a sponsor for them, but I'm not able to because a lot of people say they're gonna help you. When they come to their like tax return file stuff, they just say sorry, well, it's too much, too much personal stuff. We cannot give it. Say okay. So I'm really, I don't know what to do. They are in not really a good situation right now. They're on they're displaced because of people know me, know them because my job. So they're displaced. I just moved them out. They're all the first place, and I just really need your help. I don't know what to do. And do you know any like specific things to help me out for a woman?
Okay. Yeah, I can tell that you're very worried about that.
Yeah, I'm really. Me and my wife, we are so worried. And since it happened, so it's be honest, we lost everything. We lost like our sleep time or like everything. It's very hard for us because they're on the move. They have a like man problem. What's happening in Afghanistan. They cannot go out without a man. Woman cannot work. My the oldest sister-in-law, she just finished her dentist doctor, and she was able to like start working, and it's collapsed. It's over. It's very hard for situation for them right now.
Yes. So have you checked with your church or your mosque to try and find a sponsor?
Yeah, I did. I asked about, people. They said okay, but it's still, just okay, but it didn't tell like exactly the time, and it's I'm really concerned, because they're not they're not in really a good situation. That's why I'm concerned to, as soon as I can help them.
Okay, so try to find somebody through your mosque. Ask the people at your mosque, okay, so you're not able to sponsor them, but who do you know? So have them think through their network of people, and so broaden. So basically you're casting the net wider to try and find somebody. So have them think of everybody that they know, and then that's going to give you more options. Now, you said you were in
Boston.
Is that right?
Boston.
And what's your name?
Amin Jafari, Boston, Massachusetts.
And your name is Jafari?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will search for you. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, do you know any like specific organization like helping women, stuff like that?
So let me help search for a sponsor for you. I think that's going to be our best bet right now. And then hopefully we are able to get them eventually over here, or at least out of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And then we can address their needs as women and what they've probably been through.
Yeah, that's only my concern. And like soon as I can, move him out, then I'll be, it's be easier, and I'll be like, happy. Then they're gonna move on, and takes the longest process, no problem. As soon as I can take him out, from, it's very not good area.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got to have a sponsor first. So that's the first step. So we're going to help with finding a sponsor. While we're searching here, I want you to go back to the people at the mosque or your church and ask them, okay, you're not able to sponsor. I understand. Who do you know? And just broaden, widen the net. Okay. So together, we'll work on it together, and we will contact your messenger tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been started talking to people in like 2 months, 3 months. But since I didn't have any heard from them, some of them said, "Okay, I'm gonna help you. What can I do?" Then I said, "Okay, you need because I already have all the documents with the lawyer, immigration lawyer." And she sent all this stuff like that has to be needed. Then they said, okay, I'm sorry, brother, because it's too personal information. I cannot give the like tax and then files are like this is a problem. Like okay, I know. So I take care of everything. I pay everything, like all the costs. I work in full time, no problem. The only problem is I cannot prove on document because I don't have the 2020 tax return file.
Okay. Are you able to get your tax return filed?
No. I start working on January 24th on 21. So I don't know when I get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a little while before, it'll be the spring before you file a tax return. Okay. Well, we're going to be praying for your mother-in-law and your sisters-in-law, and we're going to be praying that we find a sponsor. And we're going to help.
Thank you, ma'am. I really appreciate you. And, please help me. You just, how bad is for women in Afghanistan. Yeah, probably, we are like, probably you say on the news and social media, but we know from inside, what's going on there. It's what really happening.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and it's horrifying. Yeah. It's very, very troublesome. Okay, we will contact you through Messenger tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I really appreciate it. Have a great day.
You're welcome.
Bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Okay, let's look at some of the contacts. Women engineer. Okay. Can you send us the engineer list, and then we can share it with the U.S. government? We can help make a case for you that there are talented women in Afghanistan who are knowledgeable and capable and have skills that we need here in America, and we need to get you over here. Okay, because you're going to be of great benefit, and we would love to have you where your talents and your abilities can be utilized. Okay, so send us a list of the engineer women. Okay, let's see. Fazal Rabi asked if you have your HR document, you can do it yourself. Yes, I believe so. If you're able to, if you have access to a lawyer, it might be a little bit easier and go a little bit smoother, but you can file the form yourself. Women journalists need evacuation. And that was Kayam. Yes, I agree. There is so much talent that women have. We, as Americans, we have a free country here where you are able to be everything that you have ever dreamed that you could be. And we want you to be able to do that. I agree. Please tell me about the P2 process. That is Hussein. Okay, the P2 process. P2 is another type of visa. You're going to have to be patient through this process. Make sure you have your forms filled out. And eventually, I guess I would have two words for you. They both start with the letter P. Be persistent, but also be patient. Okay, be persistent, but be patient. And by persistent, I mean that routinely you check in and remind them, hey, here I am, my application is in, I'm checking on it to see how it's going. It will take 1 to 6 months. That's where the patience comes in, okay? So you will have to wait, but be both persistent and be patient. USCIS can work to get you to another country and get you out of Afghanistan. You're going to have to move to another country before you're able to immigrate here to the United States. Makia says, hello, ma'am. Hope you are doing well. Could you give us information about evacuation of American University of Afghanistan? I don't have a lot of information on that. But I know that we are in America, we are huge proponents of education, and education is really one of the keys to changing your life. And so I will talk about it to the university, and we'll get some information on that. But education is, I'm a huge proponent of education. I'm a teacher. And so I see how education can create new opportunities for a person. Okay, we have a caller. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
I called you. I want to talk with you about my son. He's living in Afghanistan.
Okay.
Last year, yeah.
What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Shakila. I'm calling from Colorado.
Okay. Nice to talk to you, Shakila.
Nice to talk to you. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Tell me about your son.
Sorry?
Tell me about your son.
Okay, so last year I applied for them. I got a lawyer for my son family. So yeah, I already applied for I-130.
Okay.
So the lawyer said it takes longer to make it here. Also, I talked with my lawyer. I gave him the last of more money for the apply for I-131. So she's working on it.
Okay.
First, on Friday, I have an appointment with the lawyer to sign the paper. So I'm just want to make sure how long does take to get the US visa?
Yes, it can take anywhere up to 6 months.
6 months.
It can, yeah.
Work for them?
I'm sorry, what was that?
And this for work for them?
Right, yeah, it can take up to 6 months for the visa to get approved for your son. Yes. But it sounds like you have a lawyer who's helping you, and that's I think that's going to help. It's going to be good, and perhaps maybe it won't take quite as long.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. It was nice to talk to you.
Yeah, me too. Bye-bye.
Okay, Mina is asking, how can we send the list of women engineers? You need to call the office. Call the office with the list. The best time to call time is from 5 to 7 p.m. And I'll give you the phone number, 703-843-0907. So call with your list. We want to know. And also the WhatsApp. Okay. Evacuation of, let's see, I missed that. Evacuation of NMS GBS employees. Do we have any information on NMS GBS employees evacuation? Okay. NGOs? I believe it's NGOs. Okay. All right, let's see what other comments we have. What's the process for humanitarian parole once the application is accepted? So once the application is accepted, then arrangements will be made to move to another country, a second country, possibly a third, before immigration to the United States is available. So it's a lengthy process. Okay. Okay. Another question about why Turkey is one of the countries banned in the P2 process for Afghans. Okay. All right, so I'm here today to write your messages and get those to folks in the U.S. government who can help and who need to know what your situation is like. I'm here to write to those individuals, to be your voice, and share your messages with those in the United States who are able to help, and share it with the U.S. government. All right, let's see. Okay, so Mohammed says 2 months ago, he applied for the P2, but still have not received any emails, case numbers. Okay, yeah, again, it's the 1 to 6 months. I know, Mohammed, that is a long time to wait, but it's going to come about. It's going to come about. So as a woman, especially, I'm here to be your voice to the United States government to help them understand your situation. So I appreciate those of you who have inquired about engineers and journalists, those of you who have called on behalf of mothers-in-law and sisters-in-law and daughters and family members. I think it's difficult for us to imagine how hard it is right now, how dangerous it is right now. But I'm here to help convey that message to people in authority who have the ability to make some changes. So please comment. Let me see your questions. Our show is going to finish at 2:40 today, just so you know. It'll be finished here in about 5 minutes. So go ahead and get your questions and comments in. Okay, and that way I can have those comments so I can share them to the United States government. All right, let's see what we've got. Okay. So let's see. Mohammed says people with approved documents from USCIS are left behind, but undocumented people who have relatives in the US are being evacuated. Is it okay when the US will evacuate these people? So the people with approved documents. That's a great question, Mohammed. We are working to expedite that process to get everyone out who has approved paperwork out as quickly as possible, because we understand the danger of staying any longer than you absolutely have to be there. So people are working on that. Yeah. I'm writing your comments down, and these will be shared with the State Department. The State Department is the one who's in charge of approving this paperwork and approving the visas. And so it is a large organization that can sometimes get bogged down, but if we are able to demonstrate to them through your messages and your comments the situation over there, then it can help the process get expedited and speed up and be a bit faster for you. That's a great comment, a great question. Okay, do we have any information about the 144 Afghan pilot in Tajikistan? I would direct you to call the Afghanistan-American Relations Office. I will support all the people of Afghanistan. I'll share this information with the United States. But with that specific question about the pilot program, call the Afghanistan-American Relations Office and see what information they have. They will be able to tell you what they know about that. Humanitarian parole, is that process going? Yes, it is. You need to fill out the I-131 form in order to bring family to the United States. If you want to bring family, there's a few things that you need to know. You got to have a sponsor. That sponsor has to earn $100,000 a year in order to be approved to bring over, like say, a family of 6. You need to search local immigration attorneys, lawyers, and find someone who knows this process and can guide you through it. So I highly recommend a lawyer. Also, you will need to be prepared to pay the required fees per family member. Okay. Okay, also with the special immigration visa, expect to wait about 6 months for that as well. The next show is going to, next week, is going to be an immigration attorney. So here, tune in next week. This individual will be able to give you a lot of details and information. And I think it will be very beneficial. So please make sure you're watching next week when we have an immigration lawyer on the show that will be able to give you pertinent details, maybe even about some of your specific situations. Okay. I'm writing down your comments. So I see where Anuska has talked about her father was an officer and he needs help. So we're writing that down. Okay. Are contractors eligible for the SIV? Are contractors eligible for the special immigration visa? The attorney next week will be able to give you details about that. Okay. So right now, today, I'm here to write down your comments and your questions and to be your voice and to share your heart and your story with the world, with the United States government, with people here in Virginia who really maybe don't even understand what you're going through. But I tell you what, it's going to open up their eyes whenever I tell them some of the comments that you have shared, how over and over I have seen comments about women engineers and your desperate situation and how you are begging to get out of Afghanistan. You know what? American people don't really understand that. But when it comes from a specific person with a name, right, with a face, then it resonates. The story then becomes real to them. Okay, and then they are able to relate and try to understand your situation, which then can put pressure on the United States government to act more quickly, to act more boldly, to work on your behalf. So thank you for your comments. I'm going to make sure that I spread your message, that I share your message. Thank you so much for coming and sharing our Facebook page. Thank you. I'm so glad that you were here this evening and that you took the time to talk with me. So we will continue the conversation, okay? Just because we're signing off doesn't mean that the conversation is over. It's not. It's not over at all. In fact, it's just begun, okay? So I am going to, I'm going to share the comments that you have shared with me. For instance, we have Ziba, who is said, take note about me and my sister and how your lives are in danger. Ziba, I am going to do that. I am going to tell people about you and your sister. Okay. I will join you again. Thank you so much. Please know that I am praying for you. Okay. I am praying for you, for your safety, while you wait in Afghanistan, and for your safety to come to the United States, to be able to leave. So thank you. I will be praying for you. Okay. Ziba, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Okay. So Hamza says, waiting since August 17th for the P2 visa. No update. Okay, so it can take up to 6 months. You can call, you can contact them, just remind them, hey, I'm here, I'm aware, I'm waiting, just wanted to you know, kind of put me on your radar. But like I said, 2 P's, patience and persistence. So August, it's only been a couple of months. We're at 2 months, so it can take up to 6. I know it's hard. It's got to be hard. Okay. Khan, Can you call me? How about you call us? Call the office. Call the office. The number is 703 840, or I'm sorry, 703 843 0907. So call the office. Okay, special immigration visa. Again, go ahead and fill out your forms. Tune in next week. Tune in next week for the immigration attorney that's going to be here. But go ahead and start on the paperwork because it is going to take a while. All right, thank you so much for coming and sharing our Facebook page. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. Goodbye.